Okay, so I saw this story the other day about WebOS being added to Raspberry Pi 4 or having Raspberry Pi 4 support. And I read through it and I followed some of the links and it all looked a bit confusing. So I had a look on YouTube, as you do, and I found someone else had been using it on the Raspberry Pi 3, and it took you to a link of pre-built images, which I thought sounded like my cup of tea. So it takes you to this page. And as you can see, there's nothing Raspberry Pi 3 there. So what I thought I'd do is go back and see if there was a Raspberry Pi 4 one, and there was. So I clicked on that and I downloaded one of the master images. In fact, you'll see it in my downloads folder. And whilst it was downloading, I was thinking, oh, WIC, I haven't seen any WIC files. So I booted up Balena Etcher, and it says it supports many more, and one of those many more is WIC. So this could be everything I need, and I should be able to write it to an SD card. So let's see what happens. Okay, so here is the OS booted up, and if you've had an LG TV in the last sort of 4 or 5 years, you'll find this quite familiar, because this is the same platform that the smart TVs use. Now, this platform is intended to be used in car stereos, I've seen an article about, and also they talk about robots and smart home things. There's a few articles on the web, and I'll link them in the description. What's really interesting about this is how well it runs YouTube. Now, if I slide across, you can see there's a YouTube tab there, and sometimes you'll find it comes up with an error, and that's usually to do with the time and date. It takes a few, maybe 10 seconds or so to set the time and date, so if you rush straight into it, you might find that it doesn't work. So if I was to click on something, well, let's upload, so let's go for maybe Linus, because it's good quality and you'll be able to see. So let's click on that. And if I change it to, oh, it's already on 1080. So if I press F for full screen, you'll see that it runs without tearing, and it's pretty smooth and it's pretty crisp as well. This is the best I've had so far of 1080 running on an operating system. So I'll press spacebar to pause that. And just to show you, if I search for something else, oh, this keyboard comes up because it is a touchscreen operating system as well, but I'm not using it as a touchscreen operating system. So let's go. Unbox Therapy usually has quite nice visuals as well. So we click on a video, and then F for full screen. And I noticed all the keyboard shortcuts work. So if I press 3, it goes 30% into the video, 7, it goes 70% into the video, 0 goes back to the beginning of the video. So all of those things tend to work. Hit full screen. So let's get rid of that. So if I, to get out of this, there is no shutdown, and none of the back things seem to work. Delete, escape. I don't know many of the shortcuts or the keyboard commands, but what I did find is if you drag up from the bottom, you can reveal these, and then if you, so say for instance I go for web browser, because believe it or not, the YouTube app is not the web browser. It is actually a slightly different way of doing it, even though you can launch, what can I try on it? So well, let's just go for me. There you go. Oh, channel. So you can still use it on this, and I'm pretty sure that I found even on this. So if I find something, maybe bike content which has got some movement in it, or vacuum cleaner test, one of those would have movement in it. Oh, and the advert will as well. So let's maximize that. So it'll be interesting to see if people can pick this apart as it's open source code, and work out why something like Raspbian or Ubuntu or other platforms aren't working without tearing on YouTube, because this plays really well. You can see this video, you know, when you get a nice high quality video, it really does look nice and crisp. So if I skip that, get into my video. And also the scrubbing works well. I see they're trying to offer me a trial. So say I scrub along, I pause that by the way, and then press play. Nice pause. And then when it goes into it and it starts playing, although it seems a bit, have I not pressed play? Oh, right, I was paused. So again, the tearing's not there. A little blip there. So if I press escape to go back, this is, so with the web browser, I want another page or another tab. Interesting, it does multitask, and I wasn't sure if it multitasked or not, so something was running in the background. So let's just open up a few pages. Oh, that's another, I wasn't going to go YouTube. So let's go Hot UK Deals. Oh, I wonder if I press, no, if I press space to pause that. Hot UK Deals. I usually go BBC, have I not got one here? No. So if I tap in there, you can see the keyboard comes up. BBC Home. And I go for Sports, usually safe. And back to Hot UK Deals. It's got a nice web browser from a speed point of view, and I guess it's because it's very highly optimized for using on televisions and other devices. But and there isn't an awful lot else that this operating system does. So if I go down to the bottom, drag up, then I get all these tiles. The media viewer doesn't do anything for me. WebOS OSE is their site, I think. Yeah, although it does seem to launch. I don't know if it's multitasking at all. Let's see, if I switch back to the web browser. Oh, yeah, it is multitasking. I was under the impression yesterday it wasn't actually multitasking, but it is actually multitasking. So if I click to YouTube now, oh yeah, they are all running at the same time. So if I go back to that, and then I think it was under the blog. Yeah, this was the one that had this car stereo, which looked quite interesting, or entertainment system in the car. So let's drag up. Yeah, as I say, the media viewer didn't work. The home just gets you back to a home screen, I think. No, maybe not. I'm sure that's what it was doing yesterday. I don't know what Bear app, it didn't seem to do anything. And this was some sort of, there you go, look, start server. I haven't really looked into this, but you'll notice this is the very, this looks like an LG TV. And this would happen, so when you close something down, I thought that it was crashing, but if you drag up, all this comes back. This doesn't seem to do anything. This profile one does seem to do something, but I haven't played around with it. Bluetooth, I couldn't do anything. That looks like a share icon. Couldn't get that to do anything. Settings work though, and you need to go into this if you're in the wrong region and the time and date is wrong, it won't work. So you can see I'm United Kingdom, and if you go into the time and date, if it's not working, just turn that off and on again, and you'll find that it will come back on. And the network bit, well, I'm on a wired network connection, but as you can see, this looks exactly the same if you've seen an LG Smart TV. Same font, same colours, everything. There we go. So that is WebOS. I'll be watching this closely because it's interesting that they've got such good performance on YouTube compared to other OSs that I've tried. I have overclocked this system to 2 GHz and 750 on the graphics. We're using my normal thing that I do to config.txt. I'll put that on the screen now. Anyway, I hope this helps. Thanks very much for watching. Please like and subscribe.